Right, so I always carry my multi-tool, which I always keep. I mean, I work in IT, so I always have a laptop backpack. I always carry two hairpins in, I suppose you call it an everyday carry. I don't really refer to stuff like that, but it's just always nice to have a multi-tool. Cool, so I always carry two hairpins. And the reason being is for emergency or non-destructive entry. So this is in the States, you'll call that a KwikSet. Over here, everyone just refers to it as a Yale lock, even though it's not made by Yale, this particular model. So I'm going to do with one is just stretch it out, and then I'm just going to bend that. Now what I'm going to do is leave, there's like a rubberized point on the end of these. Just going to leave that on. So this will form our tension wrench. And on this, what I'm going to do is bend, sorry, I'm doing that off camera, I've noticed, is bend that straight, or straight as you physically can. Now, this little rubberized effort on the end is going to come off. I'm just going to crack it. That should come off. Get it nice and. There's a bit of glue, but okay. So what you want to do for your actual pick is you want to be about 3mm to that point, and we're just going to add a bit of force. Oh, that's flipped over. Please don't do that. Just going to add a bit of force. Oh, come on. Might actually be best with. No, it's not. Okay. All right. So probably you might have a better success with a Leatherman. Maybe a bit more force. There we go. So bend it up, and I'm going to clean that up, get the rest of that glue off. Right, so we've bent it up 3mm in with Euro locks and the kind of KwikSet locks we have in the UK. 3mm seems to be the magic number when it comes to picking locks. So we have our tension wrench. Now, this is unlike a normal tension wrench. We're going to have to go in diagonally. Like so. And obviously what we don't want to do. Now, you notice how I've left that on, how it just kind of jams nice in there. Because what we don't want to do is it be basically in the hull of the lock. So we want it to be good tension in the plug. And yes, so we have our pick. Now I'm just going to go in on a slight angle. Wait 1 minute. Checking the camera. Is that glare on there? That's cease above me. So, okay, like that. Right, so let's reset that a second. Right, so slight angle. Just find that pin there. Okay, so the back pin is set. Not set. No, it's a false set. Okay, set, and open. There you go. So, so that's open and locked. So yeah, so carrying 2 hairpins inside your Leatherman case or whatever is a real get. Now, I'm not going to lie, this lock is not got any spool pins, but sometimes the spool pins and the mushrooms, they can actually aid you, and you can reverse pin pick it. I will probably do another video with a more secure lock or a high rated lock, but this is kind of generally what you would find in your front door. It's the thing, you'll close, and if you have forgotten your keys, because obviously if you had your keys and you locked your Euro cylinder, then you've got your keys. Unless you've lost your keys and you're out and about, and then okay, fair dues. But still, you can pick a reasonable Euro with this. It's the same principle. So if you do want to do this, word of advice: your locks only. Don't do it. Don't think, oh, I'm going to prank my friend while he's out at work, and when he comes home, he's sat in the living room, because yeah, the prank might work, and he's like, oh, you funny guy. But the problem with that is if the police walk by and you're there picking somebody's lock, and it's like, oh no, it's just a couple of hairpins, and like, yeah, mate, come with us. 4 or 5 hours later, it'll get resolved, but nobody's going to see the funny side of it, especially your friend. But yeah, so tension wrench wise, obviously I left that on because it's just great, because this will just spin, so that gives it a nice bite. And you're coming in diagonally. Don't touch the hull, because if you touch the hull, it'll bind and you'll probably struggle. As you can see there, that kind of spins, but it kind of locks as well, but just diagonally. Bites nice, but you just want to keep it just above the hull. But yeah, so in an emergency, it's always good to have these, and obviously bend it up about 3mm. 3mm. Hang on, hold on. Yeah. Oh, that's not going to work. Hold on. It's when I make my own lockpicks. That 3 seems to be the magic number. Now, these are a bit rusty and it's cleaned up. But yeah, these are all my own. Yeah, so 3mm seems to be the magic number, which kind of transpires into kind of your Salford sets. These guys seems to be like 3 mil. 3 mil is the kind of magic number. So it's just a quick one today, and cheers, guys. So if you're ever locked out, always have an EDC and just a couple of hair clips. I mean, they show you in the movies like that, so you would bend that end up and use it, I suppose, like a rake. But that's weak. Whereas side on, as we did it, that's super strong, and you get really good feel, and it's nice and thin. In the States, maybe in their KwikSets, because I know the keyways are a lot wider. But in the European zone, UK, etc., you're probably best off like that. So yeah, 2 hair clips. Always keep them knocking around. Just bend them, pliers, EDC. There's probably a knife in here somewhere. This was actually given to me. Yeah, there's a knife there. Word to the wise, I'm not too clued up on UK law, but I'm assuming it's like 3 inches or something, so that should be fine. It's a tool. One moment, please. Oh, okay. I should really meme that pause. I'm speaking down to the mic, or I should be speaking into it. So yeah, in the UK, as I was saying, in the UK, that's not the nail file, the actual knife. Where's the knife? Where's my knife? There it is. So yeah, that knife is probably legal, but don't take my word on that. But I mean, if you get caught with a multi-tool, as long as you're not, like in the middle of town halfway through a night out, but if you get caught on the way to work with it, or it's just on your person, everyday carry, it's in a backpack, it's not easily accessible. Yeah, I can't see what the issue is, but yeah, so keep 2 hairpins. Don't keep hairpins like this. If you do get pulled by the police, or the police are a bit suspicious of your activities, If they find these, any kind of police officer's going to go, hang on a minute, that's going to pick a lock. But if you have these, it's like, well, prove it. What am I going to do with them? You know, oh, my missus sometimes uses that. She's put 2 of these in there. So yeah, 2 of them. And yeah, let's kind of lock yourself out. Oh, left me keys. You live on your own, or your missus like comes in from work 3 hours after you or something. Then yeah, even just a pair of pliers, 2 hair clips, and you're in. Open. Cheers, thanks guys. Catch you in the next one.